Every year, we pump 36 billion tons of CO2 into the atmosphere. That's a lot of CO2. In fact, that number's so big, you could fill up enough Olympic-sized swimming pools to cover the United States of America. But what if we could, I don't know, put it back? That's where CCUS comes in. Carbon capture, utilization, and storage. And it could be one of the most important tools we have to reach net zero by 2050. Let's break it down. This is where we take CO2 right from the places that are producing it. Power plants, cement factories, steel mills, and there are quite a few ways to do it. One is by pre-combustion capture. This is where the CO2 is removed before we burn the fuel. Next is post-combustion capture. Basically, after we burnt the fuel, we separate the CO2 from the exhaust. And the third one is oxy-fuel combustion. This is where we burn the fuel in pure oxygen to release as much CO2 as possible. Now, this makes it way easier to separate, but the issue is it's still in its infancy, which means we still have a bit of time before it's scalable. Now that we've captured the CO2, we try to use it. This is the utilization part. Now, some of this goes into making fuels, plastics, or even building materials like concrete. Some of it gets used in oil recovery, so as we're pumping oil out the ground, we use CO2 and inject it into the reservoir to keep up that pressure to allow us to extract more fuel. At the same time, we can store that CO2 deep underground. And this is the exciting part of CO2, is it's not just a waste material anymore. We can actually utilize it to make things. Some products like urea, methanol, and certain plastics are already being made at full commercial scale. And then there's storage. See, if you can't use it, we store it deep underground. We already have over 8,000 kilometers worth of CO2 pipelines going to depleted oil fields and saline aquifers. Here, the CO2 is locked away and stored for thousands of years. But what's even more experimental is mineral carbonization. This is where we directly turn CO2 into rock. The potential for storage here is massive. Right now, there are over 130 CCUS plants across the world. They capture over 150 million tons of CO2. Now, that sounds like a lot, but if you recall, we're releasing 36 billion tons every year. And in order for us to achieve our goals by 2050, it's estimated that we need at least 70 new plants made every single year up until 2050. Now, CCUS isn't the silver bullet, but without it, the IEA says our climate targets would be 25% more expensive and harder if we didn't utilize the technology. The technology is here, it works, but the question is, will we build it fast enough? If you enjoy this content on Earth Explained, like, comment, share, follow, and I'll see you in the next one.